What's up? What is going on? How are you doing today? I hope that you're doing well. Welcome to the Risen Fallen Podcast. I am your host, Mark Henriksen, and if you're brand new to this show, what you can expect is open and authentic conversations about things like mental health, self-development, and how to get your life moving in the right direction. If you're not feeling good about where you're at right now, at least having the confidence knowing that you're moving, one step closer to who you'd like to be, the life you'd like to lead, where you'd like it to be, and the people that you'd be like to, like to surround yourself with. And so on that note, I hope everybody is doing well. Today, just going to make a quick little episode, kind of pre-recording this right now. Going to be out of town, getting married. So thought I'd just make this quick little episode for you. It's going to be it could be a few minutes. It could be 10 minutes. It could be 20 minutes. We'll see how quick I can get through this. And, well, it really is, it's a funny thing because one of the things that I was thinking about is, what keeps us from moving forward? What keeps us staying stuck? What keeps us in the position that we're in? And one of the things that I was thinking about is this idea of, and I've talked about this before. It's not a brand new concept. It's not a brand new idea, but it was fresh on my mind. This is exactly what I was just literally thinking about as I was sitting down to record this, because I was doing this exact thing where, you're about to do something, and then before you do it, you're like, okay, I gotta get a fresh cup of coffee. So I'm gonna go and go fill up a mug of coffee. I'm gonna get that, and then I gotta go pee, and then I gotta do this, and then I gotta do that. And then you're overthinking kind of just like every single little part of the process of like, I got to make sure that this is going, maybe get the dishes in the dishwasher so that's getting done at the right time. And then, you find yourself being, overthinking the process and getting stuck in what it's kind of like no man's land. And, you get this all the time as well with people that, they want to start a new fitness routine. They're like, okay, I want to start running, but first I got to get a brand new pair of shoes. And then I got to get new pants. I got to get a new hoodie. And then I got to wait for it to be sunny. And then, I got to wait. Oh, today's not going to work because, I had a long day at work. So I'm a little bit drained. I'm a little emotionally tired. And then the next day I didn't have the right meals today. I didn't have enough water. And, all of these things have to start to align before we even start getting in the right direction. And, it happens in every other aspect as well. Like in business, people, they want to start a business. They've got this dream, they've got a job that they've been at for a long time. And every time you talk to them, they talk about how, oh, I'm planning on doing this. I'm planning on doing that. And you're like, what? Well, how come you're not doing it? Well, I have to do this first. I have to make sure this is, and obviously in life, there are prerequisites, right? Like if you want to, start a podcast, you kind of have to have a phone at least to record yourself with and then maybe upload it somewhere. Like there is always like a barrier to entry when it comes to starting anything. But, there's guys that run marathons in jeans, if you have shoes on, you could go for a jog. If you, if you have a lawnmower, you could start mowing lawns. You could start your little side gig. If you have, most of us are a lot more capable of starting than we really think we are. And we overthink it, and we, really just kind of, we set these almost like kind of like limiting beliefs on ourselves through saying it, like through thinking it, through this, it's like almost like when you start to think of, exactly what you want to do, but then our brains instantly think of why we can't do it first. And then we convince ourselves of those things by then reinforcing that thought and then saying it. A lot, and I think that's kind of what separates a lot of the people that I've seen in my life that are the most successful is when they think of something, they're thinking instantly of the possibilities of like, how can I make this work? How can I make this happen? How can I achieve this? How can I do this thing? Instead of, if you talk to like, 7 out of 10 people on the street and you say, well, how come you're not doing this? How come you're not doing that? They'll say, like instantly they'll come up with a million and one reasons why they can't get started on something that they know they want to do or they know they need to have. And so a lot of the time we call it overthinking. We call it, oh, I've just been overthinking this thing. I've just been doing the, and a lot of the time what it is really it's just like kind of an easier way to say I've just been avoiding it. It's like an avoidance tactic of just like, I know I need to do this thing, but and then psychologically or subconsciously, our brain, before it starts to think of the possibilities of how you could do it and what it would look like in your life when you're, achieving that thing or you have achieved it or you're going towards it, you're making progress. Instead, a lot of us are pre-programmed. Our brains instantly go towards, why this isn't possible. And a lot of it is, other people saying that they're limiting beliefs and then us just kind of like projecting that on ourselves. And so we say we're overthinking something. We say we're waiting to take action because, we have to make sure that this happens or that happens or I have the new shoes or the most comfortable jogging gear. And again, this kind of like planning for something, it feels productive, right? Like if you're not, in the gym, if you're not a runner, if you're not physically fit, it feels productive to sit and maybe shop for new runners and new stuff and all these things. But it's like, look, regardless of what clothes you have, you could start making progress today. You could literally, whether it's just stretching, doing some body weight squats in your house, like whatever it is, like just chair squats, sitting in a chair and standing up. Like there's so many things where like you could start to take action, but this idea, this planning, this quote unquote research and overthinking and all of those things, it feels responsible and productive. It feels like we're getting closer. We're like waiting for clarity. It's like how you could start looking up YouTube videos. Oh, how should I start running? How should I? And I'm not saying you shouldn't do that, but it's like, it's obvious that the first step is to take the first step, both literally and proverbially. So it is just one of those things where, we're always looking to offload that accountability. So what at the end of the day, we go, okay, I didn't check off all those things I planned to check off, but this happened and that happened and this happened and I got to do this. And if this person did this, then I could have done that. And, we always are looking to offload that accountability when really there's a lot more that we are capable of doing, and we're a lot of the time selling ourselves short in order to protect that ego of like, well, I did all I could do, when the fact of the matter is a lot of the time that's not really the case. And so at some point you have to kind of take responsibility for that and accountability for that and just start to make some sort of step forward, because it's a lot better than staying stagnant and staying exactly where you're at. And I think that's a beautiful place to wrap this up. So on that note, I hope you guys have a great week. I will catch you guys next Monday. I'm going to be back in town, and I'll be a married man. So we'll see. We'll see you then. Much love. Peace out. Love you all. Bye.